let me say this: it is very premature to be thinking about pausing. So people, when they hear lags, they think about a pause. It's very premature, in my view, to think about or be talking about pausing our rate hike. We have a ways to go. Our policy, we need ongoing rate hikes to get to that level of sufficiently restrictive, and we don't really know exactly where that is. We have a sense, and we'll write down in the December meeting a new summary of economic projections which updates that. But I would expect us to continue to update it based on what we're seeing with incoming data. The private measures are of course good at picking up the at the margin the new leases, and they tell you a couple things. One thing is I think right now, if you look at the pattern of that series of the new leases, it's very pro-cyclical. So rents went up much more than the CPI and PCE rents did, and now they're coming down faster. So the implication is that there are still, as non-new leases roll over and become and expire, right? There's still in the pipeline. There's still some significant rate increases coming, okay? But at some point, once you get through that, the new leases are going to tell you that what they're telling you is there will come a point at which rent inflation will start to come down. But that point is well out from where we are now. So we're well aware of that, of course, and we look at it. And but I would say that in terms of what the right way to think about inflation really is to look at the measure that we do look at, but considering that we also know that at some point you'll see rents coming down.
Welcome to Key Stock and Crypto channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And we had the stock market up while Jerome was in the house. And after he stated he wasn't pausing and not taking the foot off the gas, we started to see the stock sell off. The Fed raised 75 basis points. And I definitely see us pulling back a little more, but guys, we know midterms is next week. We heard the Biden speech, and we know they want the market to look decent as people are voting. But we know after midterms, it's going to be chaos. But we know the masses will be distracted with the holidays. And guys, this article is funny. This is something Jim Cramer would say it should be illegal. But it says Twilio stock should be sold before earnings are released. And this article is clearly talking down the stock. But guys, we know they can get away with anything these days. Now we have ARK's Kathy Woods is betting on Elon Musk will turn Twitter into a super app. And guys, I've been over it years before he even made the deal. You can go to my Crypto Teacher channel. I told you Facebook, Twitter, Instagram are the perfect platforms for what China is doing, social credit. And when you're talking about the virtual world, you're talking about social shopping, social working. That's the reason why a Facebook commercial, they're not talking about games, they're talking about working inside the metaverse. Remember, the word metaverse is a marketing ploy, but the virtual world is definitely real. Now we have shares of Airbnb tumbled 13%. on low fourth quarter guidance. And remember, Airbnb is set up for the fourth industrial revolution. A lot of these stocks are going to be taking a hit right now. That's the reason why as yields rise, we see tech stocks taking a beating, because right now, we're not actually using those items. Therefore, 5 and 10 years down the road, and I'll go over that, of course, with Kathy Woods. Look at her ARK Invest portfolio, the innovation one. All these are about tech. She's looking to the fourth industrial revolution. And the same thing goes for cloud stocks. Guys, we know how important cloud stocks are going to be. Data, remember, data is going to be stored in the cloud. And you're talking about cloud computing, making this data smarter. These corporations are going to know what, where, and when and how you're buying. Data is the new king. That's the reason why cloud stocks are so important. Yes, they're taking a hit. But remember, investing is looking 5, 10, 15 years down the road. Now we have Qualcomm shares fall on first quarter guidance for 2023. Also announces a hiring freeze. We know Qualcomm is going to be fine because they have the deal with Samsung. Also, we know Nvidia is going to be fine. But because we have a chip war going on, we're not going to be seeing a big pump for right now. But guys, we know in the fourth industrial revolution, everything is going to need a chip. And speaking of the fourth industrial revolution, we have Luminar begins production of its automotive LiDAR units, and they're already shipping them to China's largest automaker. And you heard that correct. And guys, we know how important electric vehicles are going to be, along with self-driving cars. And in the United States, no steering wheel and no pedal has already been approved. Now guys, we've only had two sectors that have been up all year, and that's the dollar and energy. So don't forget guys, anytime energy is pulling back, because we're having an energy crisis, you know it's going to go right back up. We have Devon Energy, we have Chevron, we have Exxon. And guys, we know Exxon is the Rockefellers. They're not going to lose. And you can go to the beginning of this year on this channel. I advise you that the energy stocks were definitely going to take off. I'm not your financial advice, not financial advice. Please do your own research. But the energy crisis is definitely not over. But guys, lastly, let's get over to the indicators. We have yield rates rose as Jerome Powell was speaking. We have the dollar up, and like I say, that's the only thing that's been up besides energy. And then we have the VIX was slightly up. Not much, guys, because we know midterms. Yes, the market is going to pull back, but not much because they want to keep it up until the masses vote. But guys, that's all I have for you. Have a wonderful day.
Americans still has plenty of free money left over from multiple rounds of government stimulus payments. Meanwhile, jobs are more plentiful than ever.
We just started a public-private crossover fund. Twitter is in that fund because we do believe that Twitter, Elon certainly believes in vertical integration. He has the payments experience. I think even Twitter could make a run at digital wallet. This subscription advertising model is a very smart move if he goes in that direction. The verification, that little check, is very important to people and could help clean up the platform considerably.
They have been working on an edit button for a year.
Well, it's a tricky situation. And it's incredibly complex.
Yeah, it's a good one, indeed. I mean, we don't even have an app that's as good as WeChat in China. And in China, you can live on WeChat basically.
Yeah.
It's everyone's been there. You live on WeChat, you do payments, you do everything. It's it's great. I don't have anything like WeChat outside of China. So I was like, my idea would be how about if we just copy WeChat? Hey, copy them.
Buys Twitter, copies WeChat.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes.